Hey guys, this is Vanguard Returns. I'm going to be doing an Insanity guide for Mass Effect 2. This first video is an introduction video. It's Freedom's Progress, the first mission. I know you guys don't need help beating Freedom's Progress, but I thought I'd use this as a startup video to kind of show you how I'm going to play the class, show you how I'm going to narrate, kind of give a feel for what the rest of the guides are going to be like. I chose to do a Sentinel guide because there's a lot of other good guides for the other classes on YouTube. There's a really good Engineer guide for Insanity. Someone has a really good Vanguard one up, and there's a really good Soldier one too. So I thought I'd do a class that not a lot of people either knew how to play already, or that not a lot of people had done already. So I chose a Sentinel. Sentinel is a really good class in this game. In the first game, it was kind of just a mix that didn't really have much at all of anything, and in this game they really buffed it up a bunch. So here's the first start. This is a new game plus, so I started off with a bonus power. I took Shredder ammo. It's kind of a joke, kind of like, I mean, Shredder ammo is not a very good power in my opinion to take as a bonus power. If you really want to use Shredder ammo, you can use Thane's squad Shredder ammo. The bonus is pretty good. I mean, for this mission it's terrible because they're all mechs, so it doesn't do anything. But I took it because I didn't want to take a really good power that I would rely on a lot, because if you guys are starting this as a new game, you're not going to have a bonus power. So just thought I would take something that was really casual and kind of just behind the lines a little bit, so it didn't affect gameplay too much. So if you notice in this first part with these mechs, I'm hanging back and I'm kind of letting my allies do most of the fighting. I'm going to try not to play the Sentinel class like that a lot because it's boring to watch. I'm going to basically try to evolve my Sentinel into a kind of assault, kind of fast-paced, almost Vanguard-like Sentinel. I'm going to take shotguns as my weapon specialization. I'm going to do assault power armor, and I'm going to maximize throw field to give you guys a nice show for aggressive playstyle with the Sentinel, because I know a lot of people play the Sentinel as a support class, which is what it was probably originally designed to do. It's got a lot of abilities to strip armor and shields, but it can't really dish out too much damage by itself, which makes it reliant on other classes. But I'm going to try to stay away from that kind of gameplay as much as I can. But in the beginning here, you kind of have to, because the Sentinel only starts off with throw and tech armor. Tech armor is a great ability. Obviously, it protects you, gives you tons of shield. If you do it before the battle, it doesn't affect your cooldown times at all. So that's going to give the Sentinel a real survivability aspect in Insanity that the other classes, mainly not the Infiltrator or the Soldier, don't have. So tech armor is going to give me a nice little boost that I can kind of stay out of cover sometimes and shoot, while my allies are going to do most of the damage to the guys, because throw, as you guys know, especially at level 1, it's not going to do anything if they have armor or shield, which almost everyone in Insanity is going to have. So my only ability is pretty much useless this first level. So I'm going to rely on Miranda a lot to use Overload on these guys. I'm going to basically just be gunning the whole time, because that's the only thing I can do with the Sentinel. I take a rocket right there, but the tech armor protects me, sets me up. Jacob really can't do much at this point either, and Miranda's down, so I'm going to waste not really waste, but I'm going to use a meta gel to get Miranda back up, otherwise this fight's going to be a lot longer than it has to be, because her overload ability is really going to do some damage to these shields. I mean, eventually I'll obviously have overload as the Sentinel, I'll have warp in there, I won't have to rely on my allies to strip these barriers, but for now I do. So I'm going to run over here, take some cover, and then again spray with my SMG and let Miranda do most of the damage with her overload. And that really combos pretty well. The overload does about a third of their shield. Again, this is on Insanity, so that's pretty decent. My SMG is a lot weaker than I'd like it to be, but it's the first level. What do you expect? Alright, so coming up to the heavy mech battle. First I gotta take out more of these guys. This one's a little bit easier because, as you guys can see, I'm going to basically sit up here in the sniper post and let Miranda do the meat of the damage, and then I'll finish them off with some SMG burst. If you guys notice, the ammo is kind of a problem for me at this point, just because the gun is so weak. I'm firing pretty quickly, but I'm hitting most of the shots because they're at close range, so it's not really a problem. But at the same time, it's just a standard firefight. I go through almost all my ammo the entire time, so I mean, I have to kind of be careful, especially with the Sentinel. I only have 2 guns. I have a pistol and I have this. So the SMG runs out there. Switch over to the pistol. It does a decent amount of damage. Again, overload helps me out quite a bit. So I finish off these guys. Jacob kind of just does his thing. I'm not going to be using him mostly. The throw does a little bit of damage and finishes off there, so that's pretty good. In this fight, I'm going to try to rely on Miranda to overload the shield and then to warp the armor away, but at the same time, I know that on Insanity, these heavy mechs are pretty tough, and they're going to kill your allies really quickly. Because your allies like to take cover behind these fragile boxes, and that gets them killed. So I'm going to basically throw my allies in front of the bus here and try to find a nice cover spot, because these heavy mechs on Insanity are the real deal. I mean, especially for a class that the Sentinel doesn't really have a lot of damage just in abilities in the beginning. I mean, I do overload, it does a little bit. I spray him with my SMG. He still has all of his shield, basically. The throw there is just because it's not really going to do much damage to him. So I'm kind of playing, you know, circle around the box with him just to keep him away from me while I can get inch closer to the cover behind me, so I make a run for it. This is a good spot to hold out because you got the power cells right next to you, and you can get a clear shot of him. So I finish off his shield. Unfortunately, he kills Miranda and Jacob. And then for his armor, I'm going to switch to the pistol, because the pistol's got advantage against armor for now. I can throw the tech armor up pretty easily. I'm also going to switch over in my grenade launcher. I mean, I'm not going to be relying on the grenade launcher through most of the game, but just to speed this fight up so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me shoot him in the head 100 times. I fire all the shots, and then I Unity Miranda and Jacob back up. So Miranda's gonna warp him, take the rest of his armor out. I'll just hit him a few times with the pistol. And now that he's down to health, Jacob's pull actually does quite a bit to him. It'll knock him over, and as you see, it did about 1/4 of his health, which was pretty good. And then one more throw, I knock him over and finish him off. So not too bad of a fight. I mean, I didn't do much, but you know, the Sentinel in the beginning is going to be a little weak. I mean, you have to, when you're playing the class, you have to realize that. So I'm going to finish up here with this cutscene. But yeah, guys, the next video I'm going to do Mordin's Recruitment, probably show you how to go through that with the Sentinel. Hopefully my character will level up, and I'll have some new abilities and stuff for you guys to see. And basically, this is how the videos are going to be. I'm going to do the missions that I think are the most troubling. I mean, I'm not going to do the really easy stuff. Freedom's Progress is just for intro. So, again, I'm Vanguard Returns. If you guys want to see another guide on Insanity, send me messages. I'm going to take kind of a poll deal. I'm going to do 2 guides, Sentinel and something else. So, tell me guys what you want to see, and I'll make it happen. So, basically, this is Vanguard Returns. Subscribe to me if you want to see these videos. I'm going to try to put probably a new video up every couple days. The missions will come pretty fast in the beginning, so alright, thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe.